guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Sarah here again, and I'm back with another video. If you're seeing this face for the first time, you're welcome. We do great and lovely content here. I'm a lifestyle vlogger living in Nigeria, and you would enjoy it here. If you're a returning subscriber, you are the real OG. Thank you so much for coming back and clicking on this video. Now let's get right. Today's video is a story time. Yes, gist. So I'll be telling you guys about how I met my husband. I don't think there's necessarily a moral to this story. It's just about me trying to be more open and for you guys to get to know me a bit more. So if you're a returning subscriber, I guess you would know that I schooled in England, and the school I attended was University of Hertfordshire, which is in Hatfield. So that is just a few minutes from London. So in my school, we have like a very big black community. There are a whole lot of black students. You're not going to feel lost or anything. So I had a lot of friends. I was having a good time. So I met my husband in first year of uni. It was around, I think, Easter. End of March or mid-March, something like that. It was around the Easter holiday, and it was just a few months that we had been in school, but I had made friends, and more than 90% of my friends were black friends. So I would go and visit my friends from time to time. I was having a good time. At that point, I actually wasn't looking for a relationship. I remember vividly actually praying, telling God, I do not want a relationship. I don't want to date anybody. I just want to be on my own, enjoy my uni life. And I was having a great time. In first year, anybody that knew me, I was always going to like the forum, which was like our club type of place. Like when nightlife happened on campus, I was always going to forum, always going to parties, and like the Nigerian community, there were always like a lot of parties, either birthdays or something was happening, or NSS, Nigerian Student Society, would have an event and I'll be there, or even ACS, like Afro-Caribbean Student Society, will be there. So everything was like popping. I was not looking for any relationship. So before meeting my current husband, my then boyfriend, before meeting him, there were quite a few guys that were approaching me, but nobody that was really serious. Nobody that I actually fancied or liked. So I didn't take anything seriously or whatever. So on this particular day, I was going to my friend's house. If you're watching this video, yes, the reason. Lord. So I was going to her house. She lives on the other side of campus. Because my school has like two campuses within the town, and she was on the second campus. I lived on the other campus, which is where actually law, business, and like those kind of courses were. And the other campus where she stays was where like the engineering and more scientific courses were. And my husband studied software engineering, so he was on that campus. I think they just split students according to whichever halls you picked. It didn't matter whether your course was on that campus. You could pick, like, let's say you preferred a particular hall on the other campus, you would pick it because there is a free bus, the shuttle bus, that goes between one campus to the other. As I'm talking about these things, I'll be attaching pictures just to give a bit more context. So I left my side of campus. I went to visit Chi. I think it would have been a Friday evening. So I went to visit her. So on that day, I was a bit under the weather. I wasn't so happy. Life was lifing me, so I wasn't so happy, and I felt like going to see my friend to lift up my spirits and all of that. So when I was even going to her house, I couldn't get the bus, so I was walking all the way to like her campus. When I say all the way, it's not that far. Like, I think walking distance, maybe 20 minutes or 25 minutes, I don't really know, but it's a bit far, but like you can actually walk it. So I was walking up, and then it started raining. Oh my god. And when it started raining, I couldn't even get any bus from there again, so I just had to walk under that rain. So by the time I got to her accommodation, I was soaked. It had rain, when even your underwear is wet. It was that bad. So literally I was soaked. So by the time I got there, I literally had to like take off my clothes, and I wore some of her clothes while I put mine on like the dryer for them to dry. So obviously I was staying at home. I didn't need to wear anything fancy. She gave me one skirt like that and like a simple t-shirt. So I just wore that t-shirt, and a mini or I think a mini skirt, but like she is really tall, so her mini skirt would be like mini skirt on me. But like yeah, it was just a skirt and a top. So I wore that and we are home. Then other of our friends came and then we're just gisting, having a good time, girl time, Friday evening, watching movies on the laptop. Then I remember there was a particular guy that was asking she out, like they were in talking terms, and I was like, so he called her, he was on the phone with her, and I was like, you that you're even asking our friend out and stuff, you've not paid bride price, like just trying to be like, oh, buy us something so you'll be in our good books. So he was like, what do we want? And we said we wanted pizza. So he ordered pizza and a drink, and he was like, when he brings the pizza, I think he was going to pick it up. I don't even know how it works because they would have just delivered it to us. I don't know, Sha. He was like, he's going to come with it. So when he's downstairs, he will let us know. So we're there gisting and all. It didn't take up to an hour. Then he called. He was downstairs with the pizza. Where at least myself, she, Joanne, Stephanie, I think we're like 4 or 5 of us girls upstairs. But the foodies. The foodies. Once I heard that pizza was downstairs, she was like, she doesn't want to go alone to carry it. So I'm like, I'm following you. Let's go. So that's how we went downstairs to carry that pizza. So when we got there were like a group of guys. Like there were so many people, but I didn't look at any of them. I didn't even know if I knew any of them. You see that pizza? My focus remained on the pizza. So I walked straight to the guy. I don't want to mention his name, Sha. I walked straight to the guy that was talking to my friend then, and literally I was like, hi, collected the pizza, collected the drink. So she is like very friendly person. So if she sees people, she's going to greet them. So she was greeting all the guys. Some of them go to her church, used to go to her church, so she knew quite a lot of them. So she was greeting all of them, being all friendly, and so I left her there. I carried the pizza and the drink and I went upstairs. So when she now came upstairs, she was like, oh Sarah, someone is looking for you. I'm like, looking for me? How? I don't know anybody from your church. Like she attends Redeem and I used to attend the Catholic church back then. I'm Catholic from home, so I used to attend Catholic church. So I'm like, I don't know anybody from your church and stuff, so how would they know me? Because I just assumed that people she was talking to were her church people. I didn't want to interact. I wanted to go and eat pizza. She was like, oh, you know Major? So Major is my husband's like really close friend, and I knew him from like parties. So she was like, but you know Major now? It's Major's friend. I'm like, the fact that I know Major doesn't mean I know his friend. I don't know you guys. Like, I'm good. All I needed was this pizza. So myself and the other girls were inside, we're going to eat. So she was trying to convince me to just come, like we're not going anywhere, we're in her flat. So they are the staircase area. They've not come into the flat. You can just say hi, and then if you don't want to, you just go in. So I was like, okay. So I came and I said hi. I first said hi to Major. Then my husband was now behind Major. Like, so this staircase is this way, and he was standing here on the staircase, and Major was on top of the stairs. So I was like, oh, hi Major. Then I was like, oh, hi. My husband wore a Turkish shirt. I'll never forget this, because one of the stupid people that was talking to me that time, he was from Turkey, and he pissed me off. So when I saw that Turkish, I was like, ah, God, for this shirt you're wearing, I hate you already. So that's how the conversation started, and he was like, what do you mean? So he was giving me, as I was giving you, he was giving me. I was like, you know what, my pizza is getting cold inside. I'm not going to stay out here and be bantering with you people. So I might go back inside and eat my pizza. I don't know how she interpreted that as an invitation. She now invited them to come inside. So they went into Shei's kitchen. Me, I went back to Shei's room and I was eating my pizza there. So she came to call me like, it's not fair now. Why won't we come out and stuff? So all of us, we now came out. We're in the kitchen with them, chilling, just gisting, having conversations. We're having a back and forth about like culture. Oh, Nigeria is this, Nigeria is not that. Like proper back and forth for like hours. I think the time they brought the pizza, it was like 8 p.m. or so, and we had this back and forth till 1 a.m. like back and forth. And bear in mind, since I'd been in uni, the only conversations guys had were like, oh, you cute, I kind of like you, would you want to come chill at my place? I'm like, no. Oh, should I come chill at your place? No. Should I come see you? No. That's literally all the conversations. I've not even had like a proper conversation with like a guy that's making sense. So it was a bit of yeah, breath of fresh air. Don't feel yourself too much, but yeah, breath of fresh air. Just simple conversation, nothing deep. It wasn't about liking you or not liking you. Yeah, so after hours of talking, I finally was like, guy, we need to go and sleep. You guys should go back to your accommodation. Us, we need to go and sleep. I remember they were on midterm break. We weren't, because we started like January entry, which is like a shorter academic course, so it's like a whole lot faster, so we didn't get a break. So we're like, us, we have lectures tomorrow, you guys don't, so go back to your accommodations, we're going to sleep. So when they were leaving, I remember, I think either Major or my husband, one of them asked for my number. I don't think I gave any of them my number. I think she gave Major my number. I can't remember. I should know that numbers were exchanged. I can't remember that part properly. So the next day, my husband now, he messaged me and he was like, hi, how you doing and stuff. So I was like, oh, hi, stubborn you and stuff. So literally just still that back and forth and all of it. So for bedtime, like, we used to talk. Sometimes he'll come and visit me in my accommodation, now on my own side of campus, in my accommodation, or he'll come and check on me in the library. It was just like a friend, and I really enjoyed the fact that it all stemmed from a friendship, and he was just genuine. He never like even brought up the whole liking you or not liking you or whatever, but we just became really close. We started talking every single day. He was either always at mine, or he would call me to come and like see him. So after classes, if I'm on their campus, I'll pass by, but I won't lie, I only went to his accommodation once. I'm not gonna lie, I only went once, and then every other time he would be the one to come and see me and stuff. I would not lie, I wanted to say it was just easier that way, but it wasn't. I just didn't want to put in effort. Like I said before, I wasn't trying to be liking anybody, I wasn't trying to get into any relationship, so I was just having a swerve time. I remember my friend then, she was always like, oh, are you guys dating? And I'll be like, no. She was like, if you don't date this guy, and like, she's Yoruba as well, so she was like, if you don't date my Yoruba brother, it will not be fair, this or that. Or I'm like, I don't know, like, time will tell. So yeah, he really came true. Like, I remember there was, I think maybe within a month of us meeting, he asked me like, oh, when are you going to do your grocery shopping? And I was like, I don't know, I've not decided, but maybe over the weekend. Then on the weekend he came, he took me, we went grocery shopping, and literally he paid for everything. And you know, if you're a student, if you're a student, food is the key to your heart. So he got me at food. Food is the key to your heart. He took me to the African shop. We bought like best of me, that back then I didn't used to buy plenty of food stuff, so I wasn't ready to be spending my pocket money on food. I literally just buy a few stuff. Most of what I was buying was just clothing, bath ups. Like, I wasn't spending my money on food. So like, for us to go grocery shopping, and he spent so much money. I can't remember what we spent in African shop, but in Asda, I remember like the bill was really long, and like it was like over £400, because I told my friend Priscilla, that was my then best friend. I told her, and she was like, what, really, this one, blah blah blah. It was like a whole thing. We bought so much stuff, not even just food stuff. We bought things like deep fryer, blender, just best stuff to, like, I don't know, it's like this guy was equipping me to make food for him, because I don't understand. Like, we bought best stuff. He was like, oh, how are you frying your chicken? I'm like, I'll use a frying pan. He's like, but that, it will splash and all of that, why don't you just get a deep fryer? I was like, I don't have money to buy a deep fryer. He was like, put it in the trolley, I'll put it. Then be like, oh, your blender in your house is too small, how are you going to be able to blend best of that? See, small blender, because it's cheaper and I want a small blender. He's like, no, just get a better blender that will last. I remember that my small blender, when you use it, if you just grind a little bit, you start smelling like the engine is burning. You literally have to switch it off, wait, then blend, then wait, then blend. So he was like, that thing is not a blender, it's a toy. He was like, yeah, let's buy another one and stuff. So like, he really like took good care of me that day. And I remember telling most of my friends, they were like, oh, he's definitely boyfriend material, blah 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 blah. You feel it? Then I would say our official first date, which it was not a first date, but let us call it first date, because he didn't tell me, oh, I want to take you out on a date. It was just like, where do you want to go? And I didn't want to go to like a restaurant, just like boring stuff. So I was like, I want to go to an amusement park. So we picked up park and went. I wasn't comfortable with just going just with him. Like I was like, yeah, we've been talking for months. By this time it's end of May 30th or 31st. Yeah, I'll check. I still have the ticket. He sent it to me actually the other day. I still have that ticket. I'll check the day. I think that May 30th or 31st. So it was like a few months, 2 months or so. So yeah, I wasn't still so comfortable going all the way to another town with just him on a train ride and all of that. So I was like, can a friend come with us? He said yeah. So he invited me, just the three of us went. It was a great time. Me that I like play. Oh my god. On all the rides, I was there screaming like a baby. It was so much fun. And yeah, so when we came back, he took me to my accommodation and then he asked me, he was like, so if someone asks you, will you say I'm your boyfriend? I was like, no. He's like, wait, this babe that I've been spending all this money on, spending my time, my emotions, everything. You're telling me that you say I'm not your boyfriend. I'm like, well, you've never asked me. So he was like, oh, you're one of those and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm one of those. So he ended up asking me that day, and I said I was going to think about it. Then what was I thinking? We're literally like really good friends. The only reason I was thinking about it is because I had already said I don't want a relationship, and now I had met like a great friend and I didn't want to ruin the friendship. So I actually prayed about it that day. I went upstairs, I was crying. Lol. I was crying and praying that I wouldn't want to lose like a great friend just for like something as flimsy as infatuation, because I won't call it love as of then, that I wouldn't want to lose him for that reason. So if God knew that this is not the one, he should just take him away. Go, go, go. I don't want to see you again. But yeah, as God may have it, I ended up saying yeah, and we started dating, which was a great time. We'll surely talk about it in another video, but now it's 8 years later. We're married, we have a kid, we're grown, and I'm like, whoa, really? So yeah, I met my husband in first year uni and we've been together ever since. We've had our ups and downs, our fights here and there, but we've never broken up for more than a month. I think we only broke up once actually, and it was for a month. Yeah, about a month or so. We've never like been apart for longer than that. And yeah, so that's the story about how I met my husband. I don't know if it's interesting. Let me know, how did you meet your significant other? And yeah, just let us just in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.